These simple exercises can fix your shoulder pain. And the best part is there's no fancy equipment required. All you need is a small weight. My name is Dr. Jared, and the majority of shoulder pain that I treat in my physical therapy clinic can be related to rotator cuff weakness. Your rotator cuff is 4 small muscles whose primary job is to control how your shoulder moves. It controls the quality of the movement of the ball in the socket, in that shoulder ball and socket joint. If your rotator cuff is weak, movement becomes abnormal and pain can set in. But if your rotator cuff is strong, movement becomes healthy and that pain goes away. And so what are the best exercises to strengthen that rotator cuff? There are a lot of great rotator cuff exercises out there, but a lot of those require access to resistance band or pulleys and cables. If you don't have access to any of those, there are some simple exercises that you can do with just a small weight to strengthen your rotator cuff and help your shoulder to feel better. I've got 5 of them that I want to share with you in this video today. Number 5 is actually my personal favorite that I use regularly, so I hope that you check that one out. I hope that these are incredibly helpful for you. Let's jump in. Now, because these rotator cuff muscles are pretty small, you don't need a lot of weight to work them effectively. Most of the time in the clinic, we'll start with 1 or 2 or 3 pound dumbbells. If you don't have dumbbells, I've got some linked in the description down below that you can check out. But if you don't want to buy dumbbells, a water bottle or even a can of food can also be an effective way to add some resistance to each of these motions. And so let's get started with one of my personal favorite exercises. This is a classic, you've probably seen this one before, side lying external rotation. You're going to lie down with your painful shoulder up. So right now I'm going to work my right shoulder. I like to get a small hand towel just to create some separation between my torso and my elbow. Starting position is with the weight right down here at your side. Elbow is bent to a 90 degree. Keep that elbow bent to 90 as you rotate the back of your hand up towards the ceiling to about that position right there. And then nice and slow, we're gonna return back down to the starting position. That piece is really important. We want to really work on the control in those muscles as we slowly lower the weight back down to that position that we started in. And what I recommend there is about 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. Exercise number 2 is going to be a standing Y raise. This is a great exercise for your supraspinatus, which is the rotator cuff muscle that is most commonly involved with impingement and even rotator cuff tears. And so now we're going to grab 2 weights. We're going to stand with really good posture, so I don't want you rounded forward. Stick your chest up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to raise both of those weights not straight out to the side, but not straight in front of me either. It's about a 45-degree angle, 30 to 45 degrees from the side. And so we're just gonna come out to the side in about this motion right here. Typically what I recommend is up to shoulder height, hold, pause, 1, 2, and then slowly return right back down. You don't need to come all the way down to your hips or else momentum starts to take over. I want you to keep it in about this position right here. Typically what I recommend with this is that we stop at shoulder height, because if you do have a lot of shoulder pain or shoulder impingement happening, if we go higher than that, it tends to get into a painful range. So I want you to keep it in as pain-free range as you possibly can. So push up to the point where we experience pain, but not necessarily into that painful range. 3 sets of about 10 to 12 reps on those standing Y raises. Now, another crucial part of shoulder corrective exercises is training the muscles that control your shoulder blade, or the muscles that control your scapula. Exercises 3 and 4 are going to help us to do that. These are prone T's and prone Y's. You're going to lie down on your stomach with your affected arm hanging off the side of your bed. Grab your weight down here, and now what we want to do is lift the back of our hand up towards the ceiling. But when we get to about this point right here, I actually want you to rotate your thumb up towards the ceiling to complete that contraction. So at the top of the contraction, the weight that I'm holding is vertical. At the bottom of the contraction, it's parallel to the ground. And so what this does is you're going to feel those middle traps and rhomboids pull your shoulder blade into this position. But then if we externally rotate here at the top, That's one more way that we can kick on those rotator cuff muscles. And then as always, slow and in control, nice, even return back down to that starting position. 10 to 12 reps, repeated 3 times. Exercise number 4, same position. Now we're going to do a prone Y. This is a little bit better at hitting the lower traps as far as scapular control and stability is concerned. Starting position looks the same. We're going to start right here, but now I'm going to bring my straight arm up in front of me at about a 30, maybe 45-degree angle until that weight is higher than the bed. Hold 1, 2, and then slowly return back down to that starting position again. And so this looks like a Y. If you were looking at it from the top, you're gonna feel that, the lower traps, kind of those muscles right down below your shoulder blade, and then that rotator cuff, obviously, as well. Keep reps nice and slow, keep them nice and in control, and we're gonna go for 10 to 12 reps, repeated 3 times. Now, before I show you my personal favorite rotator cuff exercise, I just have to ask, have you been doing the exercises in this video? And if so, how does your shoulder feel? I always love to hear from you. Leave me a comment down below. If you have gotten some benefit from this, hit the thumbs up button as well. And thank you so much for your support. I also wanted to mention Tone and Titan's new members area right here on YouTube. We have different tiers and different perks available. You can support the channel. You can get a private video library. You can even jump on a monthly live call with me. If you're interested in learning more, hit join down below. Okay, let's get into exercise number 5 is a seated external rotation exercise. And so what we're going to do is get into this position right here. I'm going to be working on my right shoulder, and so my right knee is bent and my right elbow is resting on the top of my right shoulder, left leg's out straight, and then my body is supported with my left hand behind me. So that's kind of the position that we get into. And so now I'm going to grab my weight. Starting position is right down here. And the reason why I love this one so much is this is such a good internal rotation stretch to even just hold your arm down here in this position. You're going to feel it stretch all through the back of the shoulder. It's just a great stretch for the shoulder. A lot of people have tightness right there in that posterior capsule. This is a great way to stretch it out. But now from this position, we're going to keep that elbow right at the 90-degree, rotate the hand up towards the ceiling into this position right here. Slow and in control, we're going to return right back down to that starting position again. Use those rotator cuff muscles right on the back of the shoulder to pull it up, nice and slow and in control on the way down. Pause at the bottom for 1 or 2 seconds, and then we're going to repeat those repetitions. And then once again, about 10 to 12 repetitions, repeated 3 times is a great number to shoot for. I hope these help your shoulder to feel amazing, and thank you so much for watching.